Yo guys, what is up? It is Teachers Game 2 coming at you again with another video, and I'm going to go ahead and show you right now. I have done this as a practice run once, and this will be the first time I've brought in what I think I need in order to do this boss fight. So we are going to go ahead and do a deinonychus boss fight by myself with a Yudi and a Daeodon, and hopefully everything doesn't just, absolutely get mauled. As you can see, I haven't, no, before, some people are gonna be like, this isn't right, blah, 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 blah. I have a Daedon and a Utyrannus of insanely high level, just so I can keep them alive to see if this is even possible. Now, neither of them are going to attack the entire boss fight. They are just there for support. The Deinonychus themselves, they also look like a high level, but let's show you some stats on these bad boys. And there's one right here, just random one. 2100 health, not the greatest. They are unleveled. You can see there's the 10 right there, unleveled. Not a single one of these guys has a level put into them. And then melee, 500, not great. Stamina, 700, not great either. They are mediocre, high end, if you want to call them that, Deinonychus. That is all of them. They all sit about that level, give or take. The saddles on all of them, not a single one is more than 90 or 80. I had to spawn them in so they all kind of spawn with different armor ranges, but that's what they spawn in with. As you can see, about 2,000 health. This one's lower melee, but a little more stab on it. But as you can see, they are not very good. They are mediocre, high end, I suppose you could say, because they would be like taming 150s in the wild. The ones that I have on the official server are much, 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 much better than these. These are just mediocres with okay saddles at best. I'm going in with a Yudi and a Daeodon. The Daeodon is going to be on passive. We're going to whistle these guys attack my target now so I don't forget, because it's going to reset when we get in there anyways. And what we're going to do is pretty easy. We're just going to avoid to the best of our ability with these two, and I'll have the Daeodon unfollow me. And once it does that, the Deinonychus are literally going to do what they can to hopefully win the boss fight for us. We are going to see. Not entirely sure, obviously, but we'll find out, I guess. Hopefully it works. We'll see. Should be interesting. All right, other than that, without further ado, let's go ahead and take, I think I've got a total of 16 of these guys into the boss fight, and we're going to go ahead and do it. So let's go ahead and get that started. And we are off. So as you can see, I'm just going to hang out here for a second. I don't want to risk anything. As you can see, it's a little bit crazy as this stuff comes down. I would suggest, now a lot of people are like, this is not true, blah, blah, blah. I would get off your mount, be on the ground. I've had it happen where it lags me out of the game and causes all kinds of chaos to happen when we go into this thing. Really all you need, med brews, a couple of mushrooms so you can keep your food and water up, as well as keep yourself a spyglass to whistle attack targets. As soon as you get in, first thing you're going to do, find your Daeodon. And you're going to go ahead and do enable all these sorts of things. Ignore group whistles, behavior, passive, behavior on this guy, targeting range lowest, and then following range lowest. We're going to whistle them on follow me. And as you can see, these bosses are already freaking out. So these Deinonychus, the goal is to keep them alive for as long as possible. So we're going to see how that goes. As you can see, the dragon is already on his way down because they are super duper fast. Inside of this boss fight, which is pretty cool. He is doing his micro steps thing, which is really frustrating. As you can see, he's just like stuck in the sky or stuck on the ground. Really frustrating, but oh well. Enable that guy's passive healing. So that way he can kind of keep us up and running. Make sure he's following us. I have the names turned off because, as you can tell, if you've done this boss fight before, there is an insane amount of lag that happens, like almost instantaneously. It's almost a joke. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and wait for these pteranodons, because there's nothing worse in the boss fight than what you get eaten by a pteranodon. I'm just going to sit and let the Deinonychus do it so you can see that I'm literally not going to attack this entire time. So hopefully that guy, oh, I think now this might be a pain in the butt. I'm going to need you guys to actually, why is the dragon just hanging? It's really frustrating. As you can see, no attacks from me. It's just the Deinonychus. However, they are pinning me in a circle, so that's always fun. Lovely. I love when this kind of stuff happens. Great. And I'm going to go ahead and back out one of these guys so we can actually get out. As it turns out, it looks like the bosses are stuck, so we're going to try a new method. Why not? As long as it's, already causing issues. Let's go ahead and J-whistle these guys. Pull them over here. And we're going to go ahead and go after the dragon boss here. the monkey, you can see him getting angry. When you look at this guy, go to your wheel, attack this target, and you can see that that has been enabled. So there go my deinonychus. My Daedon is staying nice and close to me, fortunately. I'm going to go ahead and, as you can see, he is already starting to get a little shredded. He's stuck. Maybe this is it's a little bit of an unfair way to do this boss fight, I guess. And we're going to see what happens here. The manticore is down as well. Oh my goodness, this is pure chaos. We are going to try and avoid these guys because they are all chasing us. Yep, they're fast. They are very, very fast. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is scary. So, these guys are, well, they're over here. They're following me, which is, I guess, not a bad thing. We're trying to, yep. They take damage, they pretty much die, so that's nice. That's good. Great. Lovely. So if you can avoid taking damage, it's doable. I'm doing that just because I don't get stuck here again, because that would kind of ruin this entire boss fight. As you can see, they're doing quite a bit of damage over here. I need to try and escape so I can't get attacked by all the bosses here. And we are doing what we can to basically avoid. You can see the dragons there. Deinonychus is killing the things. We are just avoiding, just to the best of our ability. Don't want to let these little tiny guys throw their poop at us and slow us down. So we're avoiding. Oh my goodness, they're all following me. But look how much damage these guys are chunking out of this stuff. Isn't that insane? Look at that. Look how much damage. If you can avoid for as long as possible, the bleed attack on these guys is just shredding these bosses. And nope. They are all three good to go. Great. Oh, there's one death. Unfortunately, that happened. As you can see, they are charging in. And hey, there they go. Got the megapithicus, and we are doing our best to avoid still and just letting these guys attack. As you can see, all kinds of chaos is unfolding. The manticore can attack them a little bit, so that's a lot of damage. So they need to avoid that. Looks like the dragon might. Oh, dragon goes down. Come on, guys. You can do this. I have faith in you. And he's doing his passive healing thing. I'm just going to sit here and soak for a second to, obviously let this stuff unfold. Let that guy get some of that good healing in there. Oh boy, that's scary. Oh no, Manticore, why? Why would you do such a thing? Oh, landed. So I'm going to do my best to avoid because the Manticore is going to want to chase me. Let those guys whistle attack this target. Maybe, because it's not working. There it goes. A bunch of them are getting smoked by this. What? Did you see how fast that went? Oh my goodness. Now, obviously, these guys are a little bit low on health, one could say. But I just battled all three bosses at the same time with a Yudi, Daedon, and only a couple of Deinonychus, and it really was not a big issue at all. Now, that being said, obviously a ton could have gone wrong, much more than it did, but if you can manage to avoid these three bosses, it really is not a hard boss fight. It's kind of something that, well, to be totally honest with you, is shockingly easy. You really just avoid to the best of your ability, bring in what you're supposed to, and I would not do this, honestly, without experience, because you know how the bosses act. I knew the dragon was going to be up for a long period of time, and I was able to just run in circles around. You can see the Deinonychus just survived that pure chaos, which I think is a good way to put it. But really, that's how you deal with the boss fight, because stuff happens in there, and you got to be comfortable dealing with what you can in there. The Deinonychus, as you can see, oh my goodness, it's incredibly dark in here. Turn that gamma up a little bit. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 of them left. Now keep in mind that I should have just been fighting one boss at a time. Had I have fought one boss at a time, it could have been a lot easier, I think. That's a good way to say it, or at least a decent way to say it. We're going to go ahead and pull these guys. I had some spares over there. I pulled all the really good Deinonychus, so that way we can kind of just, actually figure out which ones were the ones that needed the assistance. This guy is obviously dropping food. Disable that passive healing for him. But these guys survived. That's impressive. It's doable. I wouldn't say that it's entirely based on skill. Almost all of my stuff was luck based, so I'm not going to pretend like I'm some super gamer. That was a very lucky boss fight. I will post a more accurate one for you guys as well, and you'll see that one first, and then I'll kind of show you just how to deal with it when pure chaos unfolds, because unfortunately for us, the bosses are not the brightest things in Ark. Now, that being said, it is really doable. I mean, I don't think that anyone should not try these boss fights, especially on Gamma. If you can go in there with some Deinonychus, they shred the Gamma bosses. And obviously, as you can see on Alpha, because they stack, they do a whole bunch of stack damages. They do a ton of damage. And you really, as long as you got a decent UD, decent Daedon, you can run away with the UD, have the Daedon follow you. Just make sure you pump tons of stamina on this guy so you can run, and then let these guys do their job. The bosses just avoid the Deinonychus, which is really OP. I think it shouldn't be allowed, but it is, unfortunately, and it's really not that hard of a boss fight. Hopefully this video helps you out a little bit. Hopefully you enjoy it, and well, I'm going to try again here, and we're going to try and do a little bit of a different strategy. So if you don't mind checking them both out, that'd be awesome. If you don't mind leaving a like and a subscribe, much appreciated. Also to all my people that are already subscribed, thank you. Appreciate all the support you guys are giving. And Teachers Game 2, out.